Alright guys, let me give you a little update. I drove across town here in Fort Smith to Maverick Steel. This is just an old warehouse, probably from the early 1900s. And you can see they got a bunch of the product I'm hauling right over there. So this is just like a temporary storage yard. But I've been here for, I don't know, probably an hour, a little more. And the funny thing is, you know, my work order said to tarp this load. And I at first didn't tarp it. There goes a fire truck. Because I was only going across town. You can see it's a blue sunny day. And it was a just-in-time order. You know, originally my work order said I needed to get it here by 2 p.m. which was impossible. I ended up getting it over here, I don't know what time it was, probably after 3. So I was trying to get it here as soon as possible. But, you know, I'd called my fleet manager and he said not to worry about the 2 p.m. that they'd be able to unload it. So that was just an error, I guess. So I left the Maverick yard, Fort Smith, and I didn't tarp it. And you know, there's a form when you're sending in your leaving shipper, it always asks, you know, is the load tarped or not? And I put no, thinking it wouldn't matter. But the fleet manager called after I got about a mile down the road and said I had to tarp it. So I found a place to turn around, went back to the Maverick yard, tarped it, drove back over here, and yeah, they're not in any big hurry. In fact, the guy just came out and said it'd probably be at least 30 minutes before the forklift guy could get out here to start on me. So yeah, that's kind of, and when I first checked in and he saw that it was tarped, he said, "They made you tarp that?" and kind of laughed. And I said, yeah, I thought it was kind of silly too, but you know, if Gerdau wants it tarped and they're paying to have it tarped, I guess, you know, we tarp it. Like Forrest Gump said, sometimes things just don't make no sense. Anyway, I do have a question. I'm trying to clarify it with my fleet manager, you know, how the pay works on this load, because the instructions, the notes in the instructions said that I get a flat rate of $90. But from what he said, I'm thinking now that I get the $90, excuse me, plus $50 for tarping. I sure hope so, because after, you know, this is going to end up being a 4-hour load here to go 10 miles. So we'll see, we'll see. And they've sent me a pre-plan, which is a good load, I'm happy to say. Because again, you know, I'm supposed to get home Thursday. Today's Wednesday. And so they've sent me a load picking up at the Maverick Fort Smith yard again this evening. A load going to Jackson, Michigan, which I'll deliver Wednesday. Got an open window. They pretty much receive around the clock. So, because I'm going to be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'll leave out Tuesday morning, drive all day, and then have probably 3 hours, 3.5 hours maybe, left to go Wednesday, get it delivered. So that's cool. That's the good thing about this. So I don't want to sound too negative, but you know, I guess the lesson here is if it says tarp it, just tarp it. Or I asked the fleet manager ahead of time, because I was just kind of rushing, trying to get it over here, thinking that, you know, they're trying to finish their receiving, since it said the hours were up to 2 p.m. Evidently that's not the case, but I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're doing. We're just sitting here in the 90-degree weather waiting to get unloaded. But I've got all my chains, my tarp, everything put away. Once I get unloaded, I've got 4 boards to stick up under here and strap, and back to the Fort Smith yard we go. Oh, and for you Maverick drivers, just for your information, a couple of years ago I had a delivery over in this tan colored building right next door to Maverick Steel, and it was hard to find because there's no signage, but it's just a warehouse there in the back that makes pallets. And I brought a load of pallet wood from like over in North Carolina or West Virginia somewhere, and delivered it right back there. So if you ever get an order going there, it doesn't even have a name on it, so I don't know what to tell you it is, but you could pull into this Maverick Steel lot and just go back there and back into that side door. There is a way to get in over there, but honestly this one would be easier. But anyway, all right, enough talking. Okay guys, so we're getting unloaded here. My friendly unloader here, Mike, we got some railroad ties from over in that yard, set them out right here, and that's where he's putting them. He was a little worried about this forklift because evidently this is not his normal forklift, so he was a little bit worried that it might not do the trick. And I guess it still might not, because he's got 4 more to go. But that's what we're doing. He had to wait for the boss to come out here and tell him exactly where to put them, because he was a little confused about the stacks. Evidently some of these stacks have gotten mixed up. So I'll film you just a little bit more. Well, you got that one pretty good.
Not bad. Still a little bit more than this lift wants.
Yeah. This is not your normal lift.
No, sir.
All right, let me get out of the way before I get smashed. I had my PPE on, folks, but it was so hot I went ahead and changed because I was just waiting. Even though they told me I didn't need to wear any. I know Maverick wants us to wear it. Anytime you're working around your trailer or on your trailer. All right, here goes bundle number 2. Okay, so that's how it works, folks. All right, so after this, they've already signed my paperwork, so I just have to send in my empty call and head back over to the Fort Smith Maverick yard and get in line again for another load. Well guys, I'm back at the Maverick Fort Smith yard. I'm in loading zone D, and this is going to be interesting load. It's 30-foot product going to Jackson, Michigan, but it's 7 bundles. So they're probably going to put 5 bundles on the bottom, 2 on a second level. So what I've done is I've got my boards spaced out here as usual, and I'm going to have 3 belly straps over each layer, 1 in the back, 1 kind of in the middle, and 1 in the front. And then I'm going to do 3 on the top layer too, and then put 4 chains over the top. And I'll use some of my 4-foot timbers to make the second layer of timbers. So that's what we got. That'll be a little different, so I'll show you what I can. Well guys, I'm back at the Maverick Fort Smith yard. I'm in loading zone D. And this is going to be a interesting load. It's 30-foot product going to Jackson, Michigan, but it's 7 bundles. So they're probably going to put 5 bundles on the bottom, 2 on a second level. So what I've done is I've got my boards spaced out here as usual, and I'm gonna have 3 belly straps over each layer. One in the back, one kind of in the middle, and one in the front. And then I'm gonna do 3 on the top layer too, and then put 4 chains over the top. And I'll use some of my 4-foot timbers to make the second layer of timbers. So that's what we got. That'll be a little different, so I'll show you what I can. Okay guys, I think he's bringing some of my lower level right now. Let me confirm how many bundles we're getting on the lower. How many are we getting on the lower level? 5 on the lower level?
Yep.
And that's 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so he's bringing 3 of the 5 for the lower level. So the one on the far right, we will want to kind of put in the center, right? Let me make sure my straps are not in the way. Oh, I shouldn't be walking over here, should I? Okay. Okay, so had to stop the camera there for a minute because we moved a couple of boards a little bit. All these boards are not the same width. So he's got 2 more to put on here. Then I'll gosh, let me see if I can get that undone. Okay. I didn't have time to grab the camera there, but I had to holler at Austin, my loader, to lift these up just a little bit because this rear strap got pinched under this timber. So we've got it loose now. Still waiting on him to bring the last 2 bundles over for the lower level. So you'll notice that this load does not have wood blocks in between the bundles, because Jackson, Michigan, if you've watched some of my older videos, you know they just unload with big, really big forklifts. They can get under there and just get the whole load all at once. No overhead crane. So all right, so Austin's down there getting those. That looks like 3 bundles. I can't tell. Oh well, we'll see when he gets here. All right, folks. So here he comes, Austin, with the last. I can't tell if it's 2 or 3. Oh yeah, it's 2. So all he's got to do is bump those up against what's there. Ooh. I showed him I've got a metal plate on this trailer that sits up high. I told him to watch out for that. All right, shove him up in there. This back end needs to be pushed in. See how there's still a gap right here? You know, the bundles are sitting a little farther over to this side of the trailer by maybe 3 inches, I would say. Just trying to get him to scoot this back end over just a little to make them touch better. Okay, that's good. All right, let me get back to you. Okay, so what we've got so far is the lower level loaded. I've got my 3 belly straps tightened up real tight. I've got 6 of my 4-foot timbers placed pretty much directly over the lower 6 timbers. And that's what he's gonna sit the final 2 small bundles on. All right, then I'm going to put 3 straps over the top and 4 chains. I wanted to show you, I was talking to Austin about this. This side, the product is closer to the edge. Just take a look at that. Then over on the other side, you know, by about 3 or 4 inches. So what we're going to do is the 2 small bundles that he's going to put on top, we're going to kind of offset them to the right of center a little bit to compensate for that weight. So that's what we're doing. I don't know where he went, but he's down there somewhere. More later. Okay guys, so here comes Austin with the last 2. Boy, those really are small compared to what's on the lower level. All right, so man, all these bundles are banded so loosely too. I don't like that. All right, so that's good. Boy, those are tiny. Whoop! Yeah, I drug it off. Push it up there. Push. Okay. All right. Man, those are so loose. They might as well not even be banded. All right, let me throw some straps. All right, guys. So we kind of had a foobar here. They realized that 2 of the bundles were turned the wrong way. You know, they got to be turned a certain way for some reason. So I had to take my straps off, and he took 2 bundles off. And he's positioning this one back on. So he took all the ones on the top off, and then had to take some of the bottom ones off, and basically starting over. Yep, foobar. So yeah, well, all right, let's see what happens. All right, everybody, I'm arriving at the North Little Rock Maverick yard. Got the Maverick Driving Academy grounds just here to the right by this big billboard. There's a few people out there working in the lot. Somebody trying to back up a glass trailer. Oh boy. Okay, so alright, so it's Thursday morning. It's about 8:30. You know, as I mentioned, I had a special request to get home today. And coming back out Tuesday morning. So, just giving you a shot of the yard on a Thursday morning. I am going to swing over here to the supply barn and try to swap out a tarp. So let me do that and I'll get back to you. All right, guys, I got lucky. They gave me, I was just trying to swap out one of my tarps. It had a big rip on kind of the front edge. So I was opening both of them up to make sure I got the right one. And he just said to leave them both and gave me 2 new ones. How about that? So thank you, supply guys. All right, so just as a reminder, you know, I got this load of steel bar. It was pretty late last night at the Fort Smith yard. I mean, I was like the last truck, I think, getting loaded. It was, gosh, I don't know, man. It was like 8 or 8:30 before I got done securing and all. I think Austin, who was loading me, was kind of new, so he was a little slower than some, and he had a problem with the couple of the bar bundles being turned the wrong way. So once he got them loaded and I had my bottom straps on and had my top straps thrown, they determined they were going to have to move some of the bundles. So I had to unstrap, and then he had to take some of the bar off and reposition it and reload it. So this is the training building here to the right with all the glass in the front. Very nice facility. If you come here with your CDL, you'll spend a couple of weeks in there doing securement training and new hire training, safety training, all that stuff. If you come here to get your CDL, you'll spend, yeah, I think it usually takes about a month over at the Maverick Driving Academy doing, you know, more of that kind of learning, and then you'll come over here. All right, so we get one of my favorite parking spots, at least. I don't have anything wrong with the trailer or the truck, so I don't have to put it into the shop. All right, give me a second here and I'll show you the load just as a reminder. Okay. All right, I don't remember if I showed you much of this last night or not, but remember we got 2 layers of 30-foot bar. So I got 3 belly wraps over the lower level and the upper level. So you can see there's an upper level strap, lower level strap, and then I got 4 chains with pads over the top, and using the 4-foot timbers to create the second layer. So that's what we got. This goes to Jackson, Michigan for a Wednesday delivery, because I'm going to be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I'll be coming back out Tuesday morning to hit the road, get it delivered Wednesday morning. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right, Wednesday morning. All right, give me a minute. I'll do the weekly recap. Okay, guys, so the miles for last week, it's a pretty good week. 2,552. 2552. And give me a second to find the payroll email. The gross pay for that was $1,881.88. 1881.88. So pretty decent week. Okay, and again, I wanted to give a shout out to let's see, I've got, oh, where is it? Matt from Grapeland, Texas, that he should have finished his final evals in the last few days, and he may have his truck by now. May have even picked up his first load. Probably will have by the time you see this video. So congratulations, Matt. And thanks again for using me as your referral. And then I got Jeremy from Knoxville, Tennessee, that was supposed to have started on the trainer truck. Let's see, what is today? The 19th? Earlier this week, like Monday or Sunday. So he's out there on the trainer truck. And I wanted to give a shout out to a couple of drivers I ran into yesterday at the Fort Smith yard. Josh from up in Paragould. Hadn't seen him in a few months, but I ran into him 2 or 3 times, maybe a year ago. We were stranded there together at the Dallas Home Depot Distribution Center for like 6 hours. Frustrating day, you know, waiting on our live loads. And then we ran into each other again up near Tulsa. We were both getting aluminum ingots, and it was super hot. I mean, it was a tough day. It was like 100 degrees, man. It was tough. And so we were talking about that. And also I ran into Chad, who's kind of a new driver, been out a few months now on his own, and he lives in Conway, Arkansas. So it was good to see both of them and get to talk to them for a minute. So all right, well, that's that. I'm gonna get my stuff organized here and get moved over and go home. And gotta go to the dentist, got some chores to do, and I'll be back out here Tuesday morning. We'll see you then.